Morning, students. Moving on to a new topic today, linear equations. So it's basically a build up on what we have learned so far in algebra. So can we all make a guess here? You have an equation 5k equals to 20. Can we find the value of k? That's right. I guess most of you are able to get to give me the answer. K is actually 4 because 5 times 4 gives me 20. So the value of k is 4. Well done. Let's move on to another one. So, this equation looks a little bit more complex. Okay, let's try to neutralize the equation by getting rid of this minus 2 here. So by getting rid of this minus 2, I have to plus 2 on the left hand side. So whatever things I do to the left hand side, I got to do to the right hand side. I got a plus 2 here, I got a plus 2. So eventually I have an equation which is the same as this, because I have already neutralized the equation. So I have 3k equals to 18 and k is actually equals to 6. Okay, moving on. So this is actually a new technique that we are going to learn in algebra. So one shorter way to remember, whenever I have minus 2 on the left hand side, if I want to bring it across, so I just have to change the sign to get rid of it. Yep, that's right. So by bringing minus 2 across to the other side, it change sign to become positive. And then you have 3k equals to 18 and k equals to 6. Definitely we'll be spending a lot of time going through this concept, but let's start from baby step. Okay, I'm going to build you guys up to this level. So step by step. Okay, let's look at this question. So make a guess. 4k equals 17. So what's the value of k? Okay, yeah, that's right. The k value is actually 17 over 4. Remember, we have always talked about, in algebra, we do not see two signs. Which are the two signs? Do you remember? That's right, times and divide. So you never see times and divide in any algebraic expression. Okay, bear that in mind. So what about this situation here when I have k over 5 equals to 9? So k divided by 5 will give me 9. So don't you agree k must be quite a big value? That's right. K is actually 45. 45 divided by 5 will give me 9. Well done. Problem solving. So you have this situation. It says Mr. Leong cut a 40-meter string into 2 parts. One piece is 4 times as long as the next piece. How long is the first piece of string? So we know that the first piece of string is 4 times as long as the next piece of string. So it's 4 and 1 part. So and the total is 40. It's actually 40 meters long. Not sure why it's always jumping. So it's actually 40 meters long in total. So therefore, we know that 5 pieces is 40 meters. So each piece will be 8 meters. So it is 8. It's 8, 8, 8, 8. So to find the first piece of string, which is 4 times 8, which is 32 meters. That's the length of the first piece of string. Okay, moving on. Inverse operation. This is quite a fun topic. Okay, so we have done a little bit of this in the build-up to algebra in the past. So the first part of this is just a review. So remember all this, this flow chart. We are solving from left to right, so we basically just need to fill up the information. So 7 times 5 is 35. 35 plus 3 is 38. When I was preparing this lesson, my daughter, who is grade 3, was able to do this question. So I guess it should be quite easy for most of you. So now moving on to the second part. Okay, I believe we have done this before. So just a quick recall. If we are given the final answer, when we want to reverse the order, we basically have to use reverse order and using opposite operation. So if you see a divide here, means you have to times. If you see a times here, means you have to divide. When you see a plus here, means you've got a minus. When you see a minus here, means you have to plus. Just remember to use the opposite operation. So for this case, since you have divide, means you have to times 4 times 7 is 28. You see times here means the opposite is divide, so we divide by 2, which is 14. Okay, if you check carefully, 14 times 2 is 28, 28 divided by 7, you get 4, isn't it? So again, using the opposite operation, this is times, we have to divide. 24 divided by 8 is 3. Okay, is 3. And then again, our opposition the opposite sign will be, instead of minus, become plus. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay, got it so far? So now we're going to get involved with algebra, next part. Okay, before we go into algebra, let's use the longer equation. So doing the same thing. So down here, you have to 1 plus 7, you get 8. Okay, and then after that, 8 divided by 8, you get 1. 1 times 9, you get 9. 9 minus 4, sorry, you get 5. Okay, the next part here. So which is 20 divided by 10 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 times 0 divided by 8 is still 0. Got it so far, everyone? Okay, moving on. I'm not sure why you keep on jumping pages. Okay, so moving on to the next part here. So we have a question, a problem-solving question. So in a park, it should be a park. Why it become a let's see. This is part 1. It's meant to be this question. In a park. Okay, let's go back to this question. So in the park, you have 0.4 of the children are boys. There are 8 more girls than boys in the park. So we know that 0.4, which is a decimal. Okay, we are not talking about 0.4 of a human body. You can't have 0.4 of a human body. So you're talking about just a part. Using a decimal, just like fraction, 4/10 of the children are boys, so I'm talking about the group of children. So 0.4 represent boys, so in other words, 0.6 must represent girls. So we know that there are more girls than boys, and the difference is actually 0.2. Agree? So 0.2 actually represent 8 children. So to find the number of children in the park, meaning is you are looking for one whole, so you just have to times 5. So there are 40 children in the park. Okay? So it's a very simple problem-solving question. I hope none of you have issue understanding this. Let's move on to the next part. We're using inverse operation. Okay, so now getting involved with algebra. So remember I've reminded you guys, you do not see multiplication and division sign whenever you have an algebraic expression. Bear that in mind. So when you have x divided by 8, it simply means x over 8. So minus 2 means x over 8 minus 2. Got it? So next one again, x times 3.1, meaning it's 3.1x plus 1.8 means 3.1x plus 1.8. So far so good. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's try more. Okay, where you have x plus 3, you got x plus 3 there. Then times 9, okay, got to be careful. It's the whole thing, x plus 3 times 9, not x times 9. Okay, it's not solely just for x. This times 9 belongs to the whole algebraic expression, x plus 3. So the way to present it will be 9 bracket, x plus 3 close bracket. Okay, next one. So x plus 4.9, so you get x plus 4.9 here. When you have divide by 5, bear in mind this divide by 5 belongs to the whole chunk here. So be careful. So you have to divide by 5 over 5. Okay, over 5. Okay, let's look for a longer one. Okay, now you have a longer expression. Don't worry, it's still the same practice. So x times 3, you get x 3x. Then plus 4, you have 3x plus 4. When you divide by 7, the whole chunk 3x plus 4 out of 7. Okay, next one. X divided by 3, meaning you have x over 3 plus 4, meaning x over 3 plus 4. Then when you need to times 6, it means 6 times the whole chunk, which is 6 bracket x plus 3 over 4. X over 3 plus 4 bracket. So far so good. Okay. What about using the opposite operation? So now, using the same concept, okay, from here, we need to work backwards. So what do you think we need to do? Okay, if we work backwards, I have divide by 3 here, means it's divide by 3. So the reverse operation means the 3 is gone. Okay, so we have x plus 3. So what must we do to get back to x? So I have to plus 8 here. That's right. So that's how you get x. Okay. So over here again, I want to move backwards. If I have minus 3, I just put minus 3. I'm left with 8x. So to get x means I have to times 8. Okay, to get 8. So far so good. Okay, good. So that's all for today's lesson. So it's quite interesting, I believe. So you have any issue, feel free to drop me a note. Remember to complete all the questions on MyEd Online, and I will see you during the next lesson. Okay, bye bye.